Magomed and Ankalaev and Alex Pereira are ready for their rematch, man. It looks like it's kind of official now. Not official, like the UFC's not hasn't announced it yet, but Ali and Ankalaev. Let me say Ali and Ankalaev because Ali's I feel like is the one who be tweeting more than anyone. But they do have a date ready, and I know what the date is. I know what the location is, and I know it's going to be in Abu Dhabi. Now, Pereira has then responded to Ankalaev's tweet. Ankalaev's tweet, by the way, if you didn't see it, was I have a date. I have accepted. I hope my opponent will accept it too. This time we will not go 5 rounds. This, that, and the third. I don't get paid by the hour. Now, Ankalaev is ready to go. No surprise, man. Ankalaev, after a performance like that, and I rewatched the fight a couple times, man, Ankalaev had so much moments where like he could have really tried to put it on Pereira, but he respected Pereira's counter-punching ability, which he really shouldn't have. You know, he shouldn't have because Pereira was kind of frozen. And there's kind of moments where Pereira was frozen, like kind of with his guard open, you know, kind of sitting there. And Ankalaev, instead of going for the punch, he would pull away. I was like, Ankalaev, like, he was beating him up. Don't get me wrong. But he could have put more emphasis on, like, trying to get the finish. But he respected Pereira's counter punching. So I'll give him that. But now we're looking like a rematch, man. And the thing about Pereira, I know Pereira's going to make adjustments. If you didn't know what Pereira responded with, he saw this tweet. And this is what he responded with. He said, and I quote, Bora Ali Shama. So pretty much saying, let's go Ali Shama. The reason he said Ali is because, oh man, Ali runs Ankalaev's Twitter account. All right, buddy. I mean, it might be a little bit true to say, like, yes, we know Ali. We know Ali and Ank share a dual account, man. All right. But yeah, he responded to it. So it looks like he's down. But like this rematch is like the reverse for the first fight. Now, the first fight, I was really nervous for Ankalaev, not because I knew Ank was going to win. You guys saw my predictions. You saw how hard I was going for Ankalaev to win. But I was more worried about the referee, Mark Goddard, who I know is probably not going to be the referee for the rematch. I guess I have a gut feeling. You know, don't ask me how I know this, but I have a gut feeling Abu Dhabi's not going to let it happen. I have a gut feeling they're just not going to let... I feel like they're not going to let him be fucking referee again. The guy's just dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Pereira were to have moments that Ankalaev had where he walked him with a 1-2 against the fence, that fight would have been stopped. That fight would have been stopped, man. It would have been stopped. What the hell, man? Yeah. But Pereira seems ready. Now, the thing about Pereira, and this is something I noticed about when champions lose. They kind of lose. When they lose aura with it. DDP said it in his reaction like, oh, I just feel like his aura is gone. You know, I think that fight's dead. His aura is gone. Even if he knocks him out in the rematch, the aura is gone. Now, it happened with Izzy too. I feel like after Izzy lost to Strickland, like there would be times before Izzy fought, I feel like people would freeze up in front of him, kind of almost like you land some kicks and they'll kind of freeze up, and they'll respect him a lot. I feel like now that Pereira's lost, and Ankalaev, especially because Ankalaev spent time in the ring with Pereira now, he's not getting like the punches I was talking about earlier. How he's kind of pulling his punches away when he could have finished Pereira. He won't be doing that anymore. And I feel like, and listen, he's 37. By the time they rematch, he's going to be 38. His birthday's July. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the UFC goes back to Abu Dhabi October. And I'm going to explain a little bit later why I think it's in Abu Dhabi as well. But yeah, he's going to be 38. Of course, Ankalaev is 32. You know, he's still young, fresh. It's just the passing of a torch. I said this. Like, I know, like, people got to understand, Alex Pereira had a great career. He doesn't need to prove anything anymore. He's done what he has to do. After he loses this, I don't know. I think he's going to, I guess, retire. Like, is he going to go up to heavyweight and try to fight John Jones? That fight's ruined. Magomed Ankalaev ruined your career. Not your career, but he ruined the future of your career. All these plans you had, yeah, man, I'm going to go into boxing. I'm going to go fight Usyk. Yeah, man, I'm going to go fight John Jones. Ankalaev single-handedly ruined that. Now, I understand why people hate Ankalaev for that. Now, at first, like, I don't get the Ankalaev hate, man. Why do they hate Ankalaev, man? Now I get it. I get why you guys don't like Ankalaev. You hate him because he ruined your boy's, like, future. Your boy has no future. After he loses this rematch, probably by knockout this time around, because it's clear who's the better fighter. It's clear. I'm not going to, like, listen, I was really confident before this fight. Now I'm just even more so confident if that's even possible. You know, I told you guys what was going to happen in the fight. It all ended up happening what I said. The straight punches of Ankalaev, the lack of straight punch defense by Pereira, his ability to not do good against defensively sound southpaws, this, that, and the third, the pressure of Ankalaev. All that I said, it ended up coming true. You know, in a rematch, I see Pereira coming with a little bit more of an aggressive approach and getting counterpunched. That's what I was hoping. That's why in the first fight, I was like, I'm telling you guys, it could definitely be a knockout for Ankalaev. Because in my head, I was saying, when he's catching with the straight punches, I said Pereira won't know when to back up. So he's going to try to come forward and get knocked out. Now, I was wrong because I didn't expect Pereira to run away, I guess, like the way Rakic did. But I did say if he's not a knockout, it's going to be an MMA masterclass. And that's what it was. 3 fights, put the beats on him like Dr. Dre on the striking. And then he clinched him. Bro, he clinched him the whole fight, man. He clinched him for like 3-4 minutes in the fourth round, and he was working in the clinch, like landing shots, and even fucking what's his name, Mark Goddard broke up the clinch while they're being active. How you gonna break up a clinch while people are being active, but you see Mario Batista like holding on to Jose Aldo against the fence, not doing anything, not throwing any strikes, and still like they didn't break it up? Doesn't make sense. All I'm saying is some of these referees need to get drug tested before the fights. But just keep Mark Goddard away for Alex Pereira fights. He's went on record saying, "Oh, he's one of my favorite fighters. I love the guy." Like, we know you love him because you always try to cheat for him in fights. You give him early stoppages. You break up people against the clinch because, oh my god, I just feel like he's doing too much mean things to Pereira. That's my goat, dude. Or just not Cowabunga, man. Fuck off, Mark. I can't be asked. I almost made a whole video just cooking him, bro. But I was like, let me just take the Ankalaev win in peace. I ain't gonna be a real bad man, but. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see him. I'm sure Pereira's going to make adjustments, and I know Ank's going to make adjustments, but it's just like Pereira showed us nothing. Like, I still sometimes look back at that fight to like try to find some highlights for Pereira, and I can't find a single one. He's no match. And like the fact that he lost that realm and that respect that I'm talking about when champions lose, like when Volk lost to Islam, you know what I'm saying, by knockout, I feel like Ilya was like, bro, if Islam could do that, because especially Ilya being the confident guy, if Islam can do that, I'm going to do that. And then he did it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a thing about older champs specifically once they lose, especially when they've been reigning for a long time. It happened to Kamaru Usman, man, when he got knocked out by Leon. You know, I feel like the champs start to second guess themselves too. You know, because then Usman came in really hesitant, and then Leon came in. Not like Leon came in guns blazing in the third fight, but he was a little bit more confident in his ability. So I feel like once long reigning champions lose, it kind of comes with like when they lose respect, like they get respect lost from them from their peers and their opponents. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is a really easy fight to predict. Like, I know the Pereira fans are still gonna be like, "Oh man, Pereira first round knockout, man, Cowabunga, dude. That first fight was a fluke. Pereira was sick. His hairline was crooked. He was not himself. He woke up on the wrong side of the bed." I'm sure you guys have all your excuses ready. You know, well, he might have lost, but he defended all the takedowns. Poetards are funny because they get like little moral victories and they hang on to him. Yeah, but like, listen, man, he might have got his ass beat, but he defended every takedown. So in my heart, he won. All right, buddy. He won, dude, in your heart, man. In Cowabunga, brother. Dale, brother. He won. Dale. Like, I don't know what you want me to say to that. You guys are embarrassing. And I do think in the rematch, he's going to get taken out and mauled and beat up. Whatever Ank wants to do. Like, I'll be real. If Ank wakes up that day and says, I want to wrestle fuck him the whole fight, he'll do it. He'll win. Oh, I want to knock him out that fight. He'll do it. He'll win. I want to do MMA that fight. He'll do it. He'll win. Whatever Ankalaev wants to do, he'll do it. Like, whatever he wants to do. Simple. Now, whatever Pereira wants to do will just not happen. He can want to knock him out, not going to happen. Want to win by points, not going to happen. Want to wrestle, not going to happen. Pereira has no chance against Ankalaev in a rematch. I said it before the fight. I'm going to say it again in the rematch. Now, what about this rematch is going to make it even harder for Pereira? Well, as you can see here, first of all, I don't trust this source, first of all, but Ruben Carter, this guy's kind of always throws stupid information on Twitter, saying Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira is close to being signed for UFC 320. But the reason he said 320 is very specific because that's the Abu Dhabi card. Now, I would say this holds no value and is just another rumor. However, I have a good feeling it's going to be in the Abu Dhabi card. The reason I'm saying this is because after Magomed Ankalaev won, he's now champion, so I feel like he gets to call the shots. Now, if you guys don't remember, right after he beat Alex Pereira, he posted this tweet March 8th. I'm going to show you the tweet. He said Abu Dhabi heart emoji. So he's hinting at he wants to fight in Abu Dhabi next, which rightfully so. Like, if Magomed Ankalaev wants to fight in Abu Dhabi, he's going to fight him. So at this point, Alex Pereira was calling the shots against Ank the first time. Yeah, man, you're going to wait. Man. It won't be Ankalaev. Hey, you want to fight in UFC 300? No, it's during Ramadan. Oh, you don't want to? Go to Jamal Hill. Go to the next person. Oh, you want to fight 303? I'm going to give it a year instead. I'm going to give it Khalil Roundtree instead. I'm going to call the shots. Hey, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Oh, but you're not going to fight, doing all that corny stuff, calling the shots, right? And then he did the same thing he did with 300. Oh, you want to fight in Ramadan again? In his head, he was like, hey, he's going to say no, man. He's going to say no. Yeah, Polino, he's going to say no. Yeah, he's going to say, yeah, I'll fight you. What? You do what? This guy wasn't expecting it. And then he went in there in Ramadan, put the beats on him like Dr. Dre. And a lot of people saying, well, Kenny, if he was fasting, he would have lost. What people don't understand about breaking fast is that he did break his fast during fight week when he was cutting weight and doing things to rehydrate. Breaking fast does not equate to eating every day like a normal human being. All right? It doesn't mean like, oh, he's just eating the whole time. Like, Alex Pereira was eating throughout the day, all that stuff. He would break his fast at specific times. So at specific times, he'll eat something or hydrate for his health. He wasn't doing it just to do it. So that's different. That's a different thing than just eating every day. Like, I'm going to eat every day normally, but if I'm going to break a fast at this specific time interval from like 1 to 2 hours or 1 hour of just eating, I would do that for one time a day. But that's not like sufficient nutrients for me, because I'd hate doing that. So him breaking his fast at specific times is not the same as just eating when you want to eat. So the truth of the matter is, Ramadan did affect him. All right, he wasn't fighting. He wasn't being fresh. He wasn't free. You know what I'm saying? He has all. He's waking up at certain times for prayer. Doing all. He was during Ramadan. He beat Alex Pereira at his worst, and he wasn't even fighting well. He was pulling his punches and still beating the shit out of him on the feet. And now you mean to tell me they're gonna rematch outside of Ramadan? And guess what? He's gonna be in Abu Dhabi. And trust me, you were getting a lot of crowd reactions just for stuffing takedowns and not landing anything. And anytime you just looked like you're a human being, they're like, "Oh my God, Alex is winning." You know what I'm saying? I love crowd reactions, but they're so annoying and they gaslight people so much. Well, guess what? In Abu Dhabi, it's gonna be the opposite. And the only difference is, like, Ankalaev's way better than you. Like, you're so much worse than Ankalaev, and you're getting the crowd reactions for stuffing takedowns, for tripping people after rounds, you know, for doing weird stuff that aren't even good, you know. And then Ankalaev's like, every time Ankalaev would hit him with a 1-2, mute, rock Pereira, mute. Pereira lands a jab. Oh my, he lands a jab in the 5th round. I swear, you guys think I'm like gas? Go back and watch the 5th round. Look at a jab that Alex Pereira lands on Ankalaev, and look how loud the crowd gets. He lands a low kick. Oh my God, he lands a low kick. He gets it. He throws a head kick that gets blocked. Oh my God, he throws it, and they go crazy. Well, in Abu Dhabi, is going to be reversed, except it's going to be the guy who's getting cheered on is also literally beating your ass. Like, he's actually going to be beating your ass, and he's going to get gaslit by the crowd. And listen, it could be a 50-45, but it might end up being a 50-44 just because how loud the crowd's probably going to be in the rematch if it goes a distance. I don't think it's going to go 5 rounds. Like, I feel like anyone who says it's going to go 5 rounds are just hoping to God that Pereira's chin can survive. But Pereira, with lack of respect, no one really cares anymore about, not the fans, but as far as his opposition, they don't really care anymore about that scary or great counterpuncher. Ankalaev is significantly more of a better boxer that I'm not even worried in the slightest about how the boxing exchange is going to go now, you know. He's just too defensively sound. And a lot of the punches I've seen Ankalaev throw, he'll throw his power left, and then he'll like lean his head out the way instead of following up with a right because he wants to make sure he's not going to get hit. And the whole time Pereira's just sitting there like this. I'm scared as hell. I'm moving backwards, you know what I'm saying? Brother, don't move backwards. Come forward, brother. You know, come forward. Let's talk, brother. Let's go, brother. We want to fight, brother. Dale, brother. So listen, man. What this tells me is that, yes, they're going to rematch. And at first I was like, I don't really, like, whatever. If they rematch, cool. Like, Pereira deserves it. I don't really care to see it because in my head, I'm like, Pereira's probably going to run away again. But I don't think Pereira's going to disappoint his fan base again. I don't think he's going to run away and make his fan base look like a mockery, make them look like idiots. They are kind of idiots. The Poetars are kind of stupid, but I feel like he'll fight a little bit better for his fans. Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, hoping and expectation and reality is two different things, you know. I'm expecting him to come differently and get knocked out. Or he's going to just feel the power again in real time. His heart's going to drop. He's going to feel like he's in a fever dream. He's not going to know what he's doing. He's going to be panicking, paranoid. He's going to be looking left and right like, oh, I can't get knocked out in front of my family and my loved ones. And he's going to run away again, which is also justified too. I understand the power of Ank's probably scary because apparently he hits people and these people run. You know, it happened with Rakic. They gave Rakic a hard time. Happened with Pereira. Well, Pereira, it's okay. Pereira just wasn't ready for it. It's okay. Pereira does it. And oh my God. And the fact that Pereira was such a sore loser, man, like at the end of the fight, like how Ankalaev had to go over and say good job, you know, and then like Ankalaev in his post-fight interview was saying, like, just respect to Pereira. He's a great fighter, great legend, you know what I'm saying? Shout out everyone in Russia who supported me. And then Pereira gets on the mic, yeah, all he does is pressure me. It's a boring style, but it works. Yeah, man, all he does is pressure me. It's boring as hell, dude, but it works, dude. So whatever, man. This guy's not even good, dude. I'll come back next time. I'll beat him up. And you greased your body. I don't know if the body grease thing is true, but apparently he greased his body to help with the takedown defense. You grease your body to help with the takedown defense. You got butchered on the feet. Maybe put metal in your gloves. Like, you need something more. Like, grease your body, then put metal in your gloves, and maybe you could be competitive. You know what I'm saying? I've said before the fight, if Ankalaev goes in there with one leg, one arm, he wins. You know, brother? And he went in there with a full limbs, and he beat the shit out of him. Wasn't even a close fight. People try to gaslight people like it was a really competitive fight. But if I told them, okay, if it's competitive, show me some Alex Pereira highlights. Well, I can't, but you can't show me Ankalaev highlights. I can't. I'll show you a lot. I'll show you highlights in the clinch. I'll show you knees in the clinch. I'll show you 1-2s down the pipe. I'll show you spinning. I'll show you anything. Whatever you want to see, I'll show you. You know what I'm saying? Real bad, man. But listen, this rematch, I think it's good for the division. You know, I think it's good for Ankalaev's resume. People got to realize Ankalaev's going to be the light heavyweight GOAT. Like, John Jones is just really hard to surpass because what he's done. But I'm saying this. if you look at who he already beaten in the light heavyweight division, he already beat all the best. Because people, like before the fight, I remember everyone was saying like Ankalaev has a horrible resume because he beat Krivlov, a top light heavyweight. He beat Uzdemir, a top light heavyweight. Johnny Walker, a top light heavyweight. Thiago Santos, one of the best names in light heavyweight. He technically beat Jan Blachowicz. Let's be real. Blachowicz is gonna lose at Uberg tomorrow or whatever. So or 2 days from now. So who cares? He's beating all these guys. Cutelaba, who's coming off a submission win, looked great in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He's beating all those guys, and now Alex Pereira. Now think about it. He beats Alex Pereira again. This time by knockout or whatever. However he beats him, he's gonna beat him no matter what. He does whatever. He plays with him like he's playing with food. Who cares? Beats Pereira again. Beats Yuri Prochazka. After Yuri, I don't really know who's next. Like Jamal Hill just got he just got beat up by Yuri. So after he beats Alex Pereira, and Yuri's the easiest stylistic fight for him. I don't know why people like try to make the Yuri fight seem competitive. It's just not. So he beats Yuri, and then like maybe Uberg, because Uberg probably gonna beat Blachowicz. Maybe Uberg would be a good win. But after that, like he doesn't really have much. Because since like this is the problem with some people like this. Like it happens with Bilal too. Like Bilal has a couple names. I mean, the welterweight has like new good guys, kind of like newer good guys. But same with Bilal, and like when Usman won the title, he really had no one else to fight because before that he beat Strickland, RDA, Leon Edwards, all these guys. And then he got to the title, and then he just started lapping the division. So it's going to be the same with Ankalaev. He's going to have to either do a lot of rematches to solidify his GOAT light heavyweight status. But truth be told, like after he beats Yuri and Alex, maybe a Uberg. And then I don't know who's next. Like, I know Amzat's coming up. He's another Russian guy. I don't know how close they are, if they're going to fight. But Ankalaev is really at that point. Like, people don't understand how good Ank is. And I've been saying so long. He's so good for years. I've been saying he's the future champion. Since the Jan Blachowicz fight, I said, this guy's already the best light heavyweight in the world. But I'm just a hater. I'm just, you don't know what you're talking about. I guess I know now. I guess I know. I always don't know anything until I know. But we're going to have to see what Ankalaev wants to do after he beats the shit out of this guy and then beats up like a Yuri Prochazka. I just don't know what he wants. If he wants to go to heavyweight, brother, dale, brother. Be my guest. I'm sure he could do. It just depends how heavy he is. I'm sure he could do good in that weight class, though. But yeah. All I'm saying is this rematch just in Abu Dhabi, outside of Ramadan, he's going to rehydrate perfectly fine. He's going to be bigger, stronger, better. He's going to have the crowd on the side, and judges going to be on his side too. Brother, dale. He's not going to need the judges. But no matter what, he's going to be more comfortable. He's going to be like, listen, Pereira is just, he fucked his chance. He should have, look, I'll be real. Pereira did the best thing possible by saying, I'm going to fight you during Ramadan. He tried to put every card against Ankalaev. But it all backfired on him. Now, since that backfired on you, you put all the cards against him, made him fight during a religious month, made him try to fight while he's fasting, doing all this stuff. Now it's turning around on you, and now you're going to have to fight him in Abu Dhabi in a rematch after getting embarrassed from him in the first fight. And now you're going to lose pretty comfortably. And now you're going to be 38 by the time you guys fight. And Ankalaev's only going to be young and strong and in his prime getting better while you're going to be getting older and withering away. This is an easy fight for Ankalaev. I said it the first time. I'm going to say it the second time. Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira in Abu Dhabi UFC 320, brother. Let's get it. But let me know what you guys think about this rematch down below. Let me know who you guys got down below. I hope there's more Poetards, man. I hope the Poetard faith is still sticking out. Brother, don't run. Let's talk. That's it for me. And God bless. 2, 3.